Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler, and I am live in San Francisco, California, and we are here to cover Titans Season 1, Episode 8, Donna Troy. Welcome, everybody, to our fully interactive live recap here. And, if we have a lot of new people to the channel, we have a ton of new subscribers. We're so close to 10,000 right now. We currently sit, I think, 7 away. So I'm really stoked. So thank you, everybody. Welcome. What we normally do here, besides occasionally ripping Doctor Who and Star Trek, is we cover good television and mediocre television sometimes too. And we do it live because you, the viewer, of us and of Titans and whatever show are part of the recap. I give my brief thoughts in the beginning here, and then we go to the chat to see if anybody's watched this episode. This is on streaming. It's behind a paywall, so sometimes people haven't watched it or they want to wait till a few episodes go in or hear what we think before they go in. And that's what this service is. We're trying to save you money and time. And before I even get started, courtesy of the great Sculpted Leather Art by Viking Bitch, which is a channel. It's one of the Nerdrotic friends. Please go on our channel. You can subscribe there and see her amazing art. We got the spoiler paddle. Spoiler alert, because if you haven't seen the episode, I'm about to spoil the crap out of it for you. But yeah, so if you haven't, this will be a video as well. You can always go back and then watch this later. Otherwise, you have been warned, everybody. And welcome everybody in the chat. Mary Ashmead, Cato Roan with the wrenches, and I see Halam 899 who is watching for the first time, and Tim F and others. We will get to you in a bit. Sorry, there got a little itch in my eye. Okay, so this episode is called Donna Troy, and right off the bat, I have to say this is some of the greatest casting ever. For anything. As far as listen, Donna Troy is a voluptuous brunette, perky brunette, and she is played to perfection in this episode by Connor Leslie. Now, this isn't a perfect episode. I'll start out right now that it continues to have the problem of the people who aren't the main Titans, other than Dick. And I've got my Dick jokes. Hang on. Are the most interesting thing in this show, and it's really exciting to see as a comic book fan, characters that we haven't seen before on screen. Unfortunately, we're seeing them in their street clothes, but eventually I think we're going to see some superhero stuff. Before I even get into the episode, my biggest complaint with Titans thus far has been a lot of talking about their feelings in rooms in their street clothes and calling each other by their first name, including Dick. Now, last episode, Dick got poked with some serum, and we ended up getting double dicked after that. And I have to say now, after seeing this episode starts out with a flashback of young Donna Troy and young Dick Grayson at Wayne Manor being sent up to the kids' room while the adults stay down and talk, and Wonder Woman is there and the Justice League, and it's a Justice League thing, and they talk about the Joker. So at least they're not dancing around stuff, except for the whole who was Rachel's father bit, which we will get into. But like a show like The Gifted, we all know Polaris's dad is Magneto, and they just won't say his goddamn name, and they mention the X-Men in passing, but they don't really mention any like Wolverine or anything by name. Like, this show is at least doing that. Now it needs to show us a lot more. The amount of superpowers we got in this entire episode was 2. We got a flip from Donna Troy over a truck. And well, Dick's stuff doesn't count because he doesn't have a superpower. And excuse me. And Starfire flamed up a little bit, and at the very end she powers up, and we're going to have more on that. Starfire continues to be the biggest disappointment in this show. She is nothing like the wonderful character she is in the comic books. Teen Titans, again, is one of my favorite all-time DC comic books. I own every Teen Titans issue. Yes, a full run, complete run, going way back to the 60s, with Wonder Girl and Kid Flash and Aqualad and all that stuff. So yes, I am a fan. I'm a big fan. So I'm going to be forgiving on a lot of stuff. I will start out again by saying, in that flashback scene, which I loved, between Dick and Donna, she's like an older sister to him in this show, which I'm fine with. which is totally fine. But I got it. It just hit me in the 8th episode that the kid playing young Dick does look like older Dick. Like they look like they could be brothers. There's a lot of similarities in their look. So like really good casting on that, and really good casting with Donna Troy, with Connor Leslie, who was also from the great Man in the High Castle. Please see the review on this channel. So we have the little flashback, and we got a Justice League, a Joker, a Wonder Woman name drop, and a Batman name drop again, which is cool. And Dick is talking to young Diana, and he was not supposed to go on a mission and ended up going with him. And he came back and he's a little distraught because the Joker killed a lot of people. And Diana why did I say Diana? Donna said, yeah, people die with the Joker. And, you just got to find a way to deal with it. That's part of our gig. And us sidekicks got to stick together, which was cool. Then we get to another cooking eggs scene. So it's really what they're trying to hammer home is you got to break some eggs. Is that one? Because in like 4 or 5 of these episodes, we start out mostly with the doctor. He was always making eggs, right? So we have Rachel in the morning making eggs. So that's 4 or 5 episodes where we have egg making scenes, and we all love eggs and everything, and we all know they're going to break some eggs, and the whole reference to the young and everything. It's like, okay, I get it. Cook something else for breakfast, please. Which they do later. They make pancakes and stuff. But damn, the fucking eggs. So Dick and Gar and Rachel figure out Dick and Corey are getting it on, and they go, ooh, and it's pretty funny. And the mom is there. And Dick and Corey have a little bed talk, which is horrible bed talk. He decides to, bail on her, and he's got to go figure out what he needs to be. He can't be Robin anymore, but he can't be civilian Dick anymore. So he's gonna, we're on his journey to Nightwing, which I predict will be in the last 5 minutes of the last episode, which is not going to make me happy because that means the rest of the damn season he's just going to be, Dick Grayson in the street clothes. Hopefully they do it sooner. Hopefully I'm wrong on that one. Dick decides to leave the team after they just got together, even though he denies it's a team, and they're going to go to Rachel's mom's house, where it's in Ohio. So no Titans Tower quite yet. I don't know if we're actually going to get it in this show, but that would be interesting. The only thing that's bugging me about Dick is he's a little aimless, the Robin, and maybe he'll become the Grayson and Robin, who was the leader of the Teen Titans and decisive. I mean, that's why he's part of the Teen Titans. He has no powers, but he's good at strategy because he was taught by Batman. He's good at combat. He's good at, infiltrate. He's the leader. And right now he's just kind of aimless, but maybe that's part of his arc. So I'll let that one go as well. And I do have a big gripe about Batman, which comes later. So they decide to go to Rachel's mom's house, and they take a train. On the train, Starfire is having some flashbacks. She's from her torture. She's having some side effects from her torture, and she's getting these flashes of her being in a spaceship or something like that. I don't know, of her something going on. She talks to Gar about wanting to make out with Rachel. It makes him uncomfortable. And she sees a guy at the bar looking at her. So she's paranoid right now. She thinks it's somebody from the asylum trying to get him back. And she confronts the guy in the train, but it turns out it's just a guy who is attracted to her, or so we think. Actually, the guy turns out to be a U.S. Marshal and identifies Starfire because they're walking around out free. They're all wanted right now. So they're not being really undercover about the whole situation. So they're on their way to Rachel's mom's house. And in the meantime, Dick goes to Donna's house to hang out, to reconnect with her. And he just needs a place to stay and kind of work out things. And he wants to get some advice from her, because it turns out that she kind of quit being a sidekick as well. Well, she stopped. She said she didn't quit, but she stopped. And she turns out she's an artist or a photographer now, but she's kind of doing some stuff on the side. So she hasn't really given it up. She just gave up being Wonder Girl, and she's become Donna Troy. She takes Dick to an art gallery where he fails at small talk. And she also goes on one of her side gigs while she's at her gig, And we find out that she's trying to infiltrate this poacher ring so she can take them all down. Dick sees this. She takes off from the party, and Dick follows her and sees that she might be in trouble, even though she's super powered and she can handle herself. Dick comes in, and Dick cocks everything up as usual and screws up the whole. She had this big plan to nail all 9 poachers, but she ends up just getting one. And they have this little conversation about, Dick's rage and how he can focus it. And she talks about, how Wonder Woman was born to protect the innocent, and Batman was born to punish the guilty. I disagree with that sentiment completely. Completely. Batman, while he does some punishing, Batman's about justice, about not killing, about justice. He is not the Punisher. He is Batman. Yes, he has rage, but he is also Batman is peak human. That's why he can hold his own and more than his own with other superheroes. That's why he is the ultimate superhero. He's the ultimate man. And yeah, there is some anger and rage and undealt with stuff, but it's a focused rage. And she mentioned that Dick just turned out to be an echo chamber for Batman's rage. Okay, maybe that's how they're going to portray him in this show, but I don't agree with that at all. Batman is focused, singularly focused, and that's what makes him motherfucking Batman. Okay, so wrong writers. And these are the people. These are DC. Jeff Johns is involved in the show. Come on, guys. It's just I don't know. I like people talking bad about Batman. We know other heroes don't like his methods and stuff, but they all respect him. Come on. So yeah, I didn't agree with that, but it's leading to the journey of Batman or Robin saying, listen, I can't be Robin anymore. I can't be Dick. So, when you can't be Dick anymore, you got to be something else. Maybe he's going to be Cock. I don't know. So Starfire keeps having these flashbacks. During that conversation, by the way, Donna and Dick had to take a picture of her and the poacher. So she grabs his phone, and she notices the offshoot of Sumerian that she noticed that is the Starfire's language. And he's like, no, it's not Sumerian. We checked. And she's all, no, this is an offshoot of Sumerian. We've seen it before on Themyscira. Got a Themyscira drop there. And they start looking into what Starfire is all about. And it turns out Donna Troy knows what's up, but we'll get to that. So in the meantime, the train gets stopped over an obstruction, but it's really the marshals. And Starfire figures it out and gets everybody off the train. I'm sorry. There was 3 powers up, not 2. Gar does turn into a tiger for like 2 seconds to scare away a driver to get the truck. So they get a truck, they steal a truck, and they end up, with the mom. They steal a truck and go to the mom's house in Ohio. And that's where they're going to kick back and chill a little bit. In the meantime, Dick and Donna have sussed out what's going on with Starfire, and Donna realizes that Starfire is there to kill Rachel, basically. And right when they have that revelation, Starfire's, when they get to the house, she's having a hard time, and Rachel's like, are you okay? She's all, no, I'm having like these weird things. She's all, I can help you with that. So Rachel uses her power to clear up Starfire's mind, which turned out to not be a very good idea because she powers up and starts strangling Rachel, and that's where the episode ends. So there was other little small details, but basically this episode again was just a lot of setup, not a lot of superhero stuff going on, and that really needs to be fixed. These aren't long, these aren't 24, 25 episode seasons. And I say this about a lot of shows, and it's true. When you do these shorter seasons behind a paywall, filler episodes, you got to find a way to mix in more superhero stuff, because this is why we watch these shows. We want to see costume people beating the shit out of bad guys. That's it. And there's also Dick being too reliant on Donna. It's good that she's like the older sister, but she's coming off a little too wise and sagely. Now the personality came through because of Connor Leslie, but it was just a little too much in that one scene with when she talked about Batman and basically Batman's toxic masculinity. Yeah, you know what, folks? Superhero books are filled with masculinity. That's what the whole genre was built on. So you got to kind of deal with that. All right. And yeah, maybe that's why DC is having such a hard time making a Batman movie. They keep checking themselves with that stuff, but hopefully we get a good one from that Planet of the Apes guy, Matt Reeves, if it ever gets made. If it ever gets made. Yes, and I will get to you now. I see that we've gotten some super chats, and I will get to those first. Oh, hey, we did it. We did it. Thank you, Movie for Novi, for $1.99. We just hit 10,000 subs, ladies and gentlemen. That's great. I love doing it on the air. That's great. 10K. Love you, man. 10,000 nerds united. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Oh my God. That's great. I'm very excited. I'm trying to get to, and hey, that's a good thing because we're demonetized. It's only the Titans episodes where we get demonetized. It's fine. We don't need anything. Also, oh my God, the official Dougie J, $9.99 for 10. Congrats on 10,000 subs. Thank you so much. Well, we're gonna have a party tonight on Friday Night Tights with Dennis. Sorry, Susan's sick. Hashtag save Susan. We'll talk about that later. But yes, join the party tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. We will have a celebration of 10,000 subscribers and talk about many things like Daredevil getting canceled and some Doctor Who clap back that I got. And yeah. Okay. Let's, wow. That's cool. Let's get, okay. So overall, the episode, and I couldn't help but think of my friend Harry Maldonado. Harry Maldonado was my old manager from the comic book store. His favorite character is Donna Troy. And I was thinking about you all episode, man. I miss you, man. He lives in New York now. He's also known as Precious Envy on Twitter. You can check it out. But yeah, Harry was the best comic book manager a guy could ever ask for. Like really solid, good. People loved him. Sculpted leather art by Viking Bitch. Holy shit, 10,000. Good job. Thank you very much. And yes, it's awesome to hear. And make sure to bring that to Friday night. But yes, thank you, Kato Roan. Thank you, Mary Ashby, Chris Persia, the official Dougie J, action figure expert. Oh man, we should talk sometime, man. I love action figures. I bet you can tell. I bore the shit out of you guys with action figure talk for hours. Someday I want to do a Doctor Who action figure and an old 90s Toy Biz superhero action figure, which are my absolute favorite. They're blocky. They don't have many points of articulation because they were made to be played with. Some of the old DC stuff from the 80s is the best. The superpowers and of course the Secret War stuff from Marvel. It was great stuff. All right, let's get to the chat. Has anybody seen the episode? Finally, an episode I did not hate, said Langley M. Neely. Yeah, I didn't hate this episode. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. There wasn't enough superhero stuff for me. I still don't like Starfire, but I'm interested in the story now. It's growing on me. Dick is growing on me. And I think it's improving. I think this show will get good. Okay, it's not there yet. It's still got some problems to work out. But as far as first seasons go, I'm gonna say I'm warming up to it. All right. I know some people are not. Part of it is just me accepting that, like, listen, this is not going to be the Titans from the comics. And that's a bit of a disappointment coming from DC. But it's also, better than anything on the CW. Like straight up. This is kind of what I wanted. It's Arrow season 1. I would say it's Arrow season 1. Well, I love Arrow season 1. Arrow season 1 and 2 are great. Mary Ashby, you did not have to do that. $5 super chat. Gary, out of anybody, you really deserve this. Congratulations. We are all so proud of you. Thank you for the hard work and the amazing content. Thank you. Thank you. This show is part of this is the 10, you guys, the subscribers, the people in the chat, you're part of the show. You're an integral part of the show, and that's not lip service. Most of our stuff is done live, and it's us, me and Dennis and Susan talking to you guys. Though yes, that's another thing, Langley. Absolutely. Though I am sick of the murder is cool excuse and the constant dogging of Bruce Wayne as a psychopath. Otherwise, I didn't hate this one. Yeah, the when Corey is talking to Gar and he said it felt weird about killing somebody. He should feel bad, and she's all, no, don't feel bad. It's okay to defend yourself. Well, you can disable somebody, bite his leg off or something like that. You don't need to kill somebody, and no, killing is not good. And the reason is if all the superheroes started killing everywhere, then those registration acts we're all supposed to be against, it would make a lot of sense to have a registration act and start locking up superheroes, because superheroes are just running around and killing at, even when it's self-defense. And honestly, what was that guy going to do to Gar? Honestly, you know, um, maybe killing once or something like that. What's up, filthy farmer? But no, killing is not cool. It should be talked about all the time. That's the difference between heroes and psychopaths. And the Punisher is not a hero; he's a psychopath. We like the Punisher; it's an entertaining book and everything, but no, no, not the Teen Titans. I know it's called Titans, but it's the Teen Titans. Silhouetted animator. God damn it. I can't, it's my fault. So do you think they really, it was really creepy when Starfire asked Gar if you wanted to bang Raven? Um, uh, Creepy. I think it was just straightforward. And he does. I mean, it's obvious. Penn Farm Girl for a $10 super chat. I tweeted you the 10K snippet since you were busy working hard for us and missed it. I am so proud to be a part of this great group. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was actually just watching the show and picking up my kid from school. I haven't had any. God, I have shows to prepare for, and I'm a little behind on everything right now because I had some work to do. But thanks. Thank you for the congratulations, Felipe Diaz. Uh, yeah, Dick is so damn unlikable. I'm okay with Dick Langley, but they need to. He's a bit of a dumbass. All right, and Dick Grayson is not a dumbass. My favorite Donna Troy ship is the one with Roy Harper. Yeah, Roy Harper. That stuff would actually fit in. I think that's a season 2 thing. But I think that would fit into this world for sure. Yeah, and they keep referring to Batman as a crazy psychopath. That makes me nuts. It really does. It's got to stop. Oh my god. It's got to stop. And yeah, man. Oh, I'm super excited right now. Tim F, I'm pissed about Daredevil 2, but we saw it coming. And a little vindicated because I'll bring it up on Friday night, but we did a live stream on this months ago saying it was canceled, and people were giving us so much shit. And it's like, I'll just say a lot of my videos, when we try to only cover the television shows we cover. We don't really go off on like we don't cover the MCU, so I don't really talk about it much, but we do short videos on the TV shows we cover. And I don't like to just read articles. I like to read between the lines, because a lot of times when celebrities or creatives are interviewed, they often have access to grind, even if it's a positive interview. And if you read between the lines, hyper competitive people like to grind axes all the time. So that way you can get really juicy stuff out, even the lamest article, if you've been around the industry a little bit. And that's what I do. That's what I try to do, is I try to, suss out what they're trying to say. Because, the creatives and the artists and the actors are not free to speak their mind. So they try to do it often in interviews, very subtly or not so subtly. And we figured out pretty quickly that the Netflix Disney thing was turning into quite the shit show. But we'll talk about that Friday night. Maybe they'll do a twist where Dick just thinks he's a psychopath, and when we see Batman, he's actually not at all. It's just Robin's perspective, says Tyon Ranger. And yes, I think that's where we're actually going. I do. There's some story elements that are unfolding right now that are not disappointing. All right. So they're going to change some stuff. The fact that Starfire is here, to kill Raven, I like. And it looks like they are going to keep some of her origin intact and just retcon it in. There's a million. Listen, with DC Universe, you could just pick what origin you like. There's not just one set one. There's one set one in my mind, like Marv Wolfman and Marv Wolfman and oh, why am I blanking on his name now? You know what I'm talking about. Uh, um, we'll see with that. They're not mentioning Trigon, so but they mentioned Dad's name. They mentioned Rachel's. They didn't mention his name. They mentioned that he's got power. And that he's not a problem right now. But I'm still sensing that Rachel's mom is a little too nice. Do you think something's going to possibly be up with her? I think so. What's up, rough girl? How's it going? Andre Merrick. Hail, Andre. Hail. Yeah. George Perez. God dang it. That's called live stream brain fart, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thing. It's like I would probably forget my kid's name before I forgot George Perez's name, and I just forgot George Perez's name. I'm getting old. What can I say? I'm getting old. Thank you, Langley. How you feeling, Langley? You good, man? I know you've had some health problems, so always been sending you good vibes, my friend, and it's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. Can't wait for Star Trek Discovery Season 2, Langley. Maybe you can predict that. Langley, the one, ladies and gentlemen, is the one who predicted almost every single element of Star Trek Discovery Season 2. About three, he'd always be like 4 or 5 episodes ahead of everybody. So it was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive. It's like he's Langley Stradamus for Star Trek anyway. Sven Sandstrom, how are you? Just got here. What do you think of the episode? I thought it was pretty good for a kind of a filler episode that didn't have much powers. I do like some of the story. Plus, I am a Donna Troy fan. Okay, I dig Donna Troy. The return of Donna Troy. Graduation Day is one of the best written Teen Titans stories. You got to go look at it. And then Return of Donna Troy is one of the best Titan stories. Sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those early of those comics in my shop. Early 2000s, early aughts. DC is very underrated before they went into the whole new 52 stuff. There was actually some very good comics. This was the Batman Hush era. Jeff Johns jumping on Titans, Paul Dini's Zatanna. There was some amazing stuff coming out. And of course, there was still like, man, it was just a good time. I was bummed when DC changed. Now some stuff was okay, but Dan Didio, not a fan. I'm not a fan. Although DC is putting out much better content right now than Marvel's as far as comics is concerned. Please go to your local comic shop and buy lots of comic books. From what I can remember, Punisher is the only character that had Fisk hiding in the apartment surrounded by hired thugs. Punisher top boy. Punisher's awesome. He's just not a hero. He's brilliant, but he's not a hero. Yeah. Rough Girl says, please feel better, Hank Langley. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, props to Langley and props to everybody. You guys are great, man. Penn Farm Girl, Kato Roan, Sven Sandstrom, Manweller one. What's up, buddy? Of course, Langley, I just said that. Charles Van Horn, DC will just create another Crisis or 0 Point to change origins again. You're right, Charles. Which they're actually working their way towards, which sucks because I liked Rebirth a lot. I didn't like everything from it, but I thought they should have just stuck with it. Yeah, we hit 10,000, Rough Girl. We hit 10,000. Okay, everybody, I'm going to wrap this one up. I like to keep these ones short, but I want to invite you all to our 10,000 subscriber celebration on Friday Night Tights at 7 p.m. Pacific. If you're watching this as a video, every Friday we do a live podcast with my friends Susan Layton and Dennis Bethaukis. We also do 2 other live streams. All of our stuff is scheduled, by the way. Go to nerdrotic.com. Look on the right-hand side. You'll see a schedule. But we do a Monday and Wednesday morning, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time here in the States. We do the Nerdrotic Nooner, which is a live stream where it's just me talking to you. And it's cool. I have a good time. We are covering Titans right now. We are also covering Doctor Who, and Night Flyers premieres this Sunday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific. We will be covering it live, and the following Saturday night, oh my God, thank God, Counterpart comes back. One of the best new shows from this year, and straight up one of the best shows on TV. It has the Nerdrotic seal of approval. And then, of course, the Orville is in about a month. A month from today, the Orville premieres. Rejoice, everybody, rejoice. And also there's a Star Trek short trek, but you know, whatever about that. But yeah, join us here. If you're just a Titans fan, join us here next Friday around 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. Join the chat. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Check out our Patreon. Like, share, and subscribe. Our Patreon is patreon.com/nerdrotic, where you get stuff. And the super chats, which were official Dougie J for $9.99, Movie Fanobi for $1.99, Mary Ashmead for $5, and Penn Farm Girl for $10. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm super stoked. I can't wait for the party tonight. So may the small folks sing songs of your greatness. We did it. We did it.